What's good, YouTube? All right, as you know, we've been going over the 2025 upcoming draft class, and so far I done dropped a video on the quarterbacks and the running backs. So of course, we up to the wide receivers, and I'm only talking about the wide receivers that's projected to get good draft capital. So, with the wide receivers, and I'm a I'm gonna be honest with you. In fantasy, I don't really try to draft wide receivers that's outside the first or second round. Maybe I might draft a third round receiver that's on the top of the third that could easily win in the second. But I I don't just draft all wide receivers with all draft capital because I'm not I'm not trying to get roster cloggers. I'm not trying to get players I'm just going to hold on my roster for a long time and hope they're produced. I'm not out here looking for the next Pull Nakua. Speaking of that, I'll address who I think will be the next Pull Nakua of this class, if any. Let's get with it. As usual, I always come to NFL mock draft database and got a consensus of the mock drafts to try to figure out, to try to project what kind of draft capital players are going to get. So we got a ton of wide receivers, but there's only currently like, I think 12 projected to go in the first round. And I think I'm gonna start from the top. For the running backs, I started from the bottom. So y'all can see it clear right here. Whew. Tech McMillan projecting to go number 6 off the board. Whew, that's high. That is high. And I'm not saying Tech is not my number one. If we taking Travis Hunter out the conversation, because I don't think Travis Hunter is on here. No, Travis Hunter is not on here. So we're taking Travis Hunter out the conversation and projecting Travis Hunter to be drafted as a cornerback. Tech McMillan is projected currently to get some elite predictive badges. So if you're new to the channel, I come up with certain badges with players depending on certain statistics they hit or certain things they do, and some badges are more predictive than others. And even though it's only a few, because I mean he have a chance maybe to get some badges from excelling at the combine, but I don't think he's going to go out there and do anything in particular at the combine to earn any other badges. At the most, maybe the vertical badge, but you know that's one of the low tier badges that I have. But I really love Tech's film. I really love McMillan's film. He's set up to get the superstar playmaker badge. So if he get that, it's on and popping. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people that get that, and it's usually not tied with the wide receiver 1 badge. So it's a good chance he only gets one of those badges. But a lot of people that get the superstar playmaker badge usually don't produce year 1. And the last person to earn that badge was Roma Duze. Like, and you see his value still held in the dynasty community, but it's more so we're still waiting on him. So, but love the film. More so of a vertical separator. You know, so this is why, the main reason why people love him, because man, people look at the film and they love people that do contested catches. That don't always equal in the best wide receiver, but it looked good. So that's why I go off my predicted badges. Now, one thing I don't like, he is under 3 yards per route run. So this last season, well, I'm assuming there's no season he went over 3 yards per route run. So that's a small red flag that I do look at. Next we have Luther Burden, and him or Buka could easily outproduce McMillan next season. I don't know if it's going to be like that, for their career, but as far as the first season, because slot receivers, it's not much of a transition for them. I like this film, but he took a step back from the 23 season. I like this film more there, but he was with another team. Good receiver. Was the number 1 wide receiver prospect coming out in his class when he did come out. So, so still got high pedigree. Not mad at him going second, third, as you've seen. Mbuka. Hey, Mbuka should have came out last year, but the wide receiver class was deep, so this is the perfect class to come out. And they're projecting him to go in the first round also. So 3 receivers being projected to go in the first round, coming from wide receiver University, Ohio State. And I've been liking Mbuka. I was surprised to see him stay an extra year. He's under 3 yards per route run. Also, Luther Burton was also under 3 yards per route run this past season, but he was over 3 yards the previous season. So I do like a wide receiver that hit that over 3 yards per route run. But Mbuka will be good. He was the number 1 wide receiver recruit in his incoming class. Next, you got at the beginning of the second round, Matthew Golden. And I recently watched the video and I seen him in 2 people top 5, and it's a no-go for me. I don't know if people watch the college playoffs and that's why he turned them over, but I feel like this is a guy that will need to go to the right offense. I don't think he can be dropped in any offense and produce. This is more so of a guy that need to be schemed. Like, he reminds me of like Rashid Rice. Like, I wasn't convinced Rashid Rice could be dropped anywhere and he would produce. Like, they tailored the offensive plan to him, and if they do that to Matthew Golden, he gonna produce. But if he goes to one of them organizations that, hey, you got to get out to the mud, he gonna struggle. Under 2 yards per route run, I'm not a fan of those players. So you guys will be drafting him. He would have to go to an offense I like with an offensive coordinator I like. Like, if he went somewhere like Carolina, like, nah, so that's going to be landing spot dependent, and he definitely need to get the draft capital. Like, but I'm probably not the person that gonna own him. I'm sure there will always be someone else that likes him more than me, so I probably won't be owning any shares of him. But next up on the list, who I like seeing right here, I like seeing my boy, who I've been big upping from the beginning. I thought he was coming out last year. I just went and looked at the video I did a year ago talking about incoming prospects around this time. It was like right after the Senior Bowl. And I mentioned Trey Harris. No, it was right before the Senior Bowl. I mentioned Trey Harris because I thought he was coming out, but he didn't. He was already in my top 5 last year. And here he go again in my top 5 this year. So I've been waiting for Trey Harris, and y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to hear this. He's my wide receiver 1. Oh, yeah. They ain't gonna want to hear that. They ain't gonna want to hear it. Hey, man. Now, he might not earn these predicted badges. Look, he needs to go to the combine. Well, I need to get some more analytics because I don't really like to do my own analytics. I really don't like to. But if I have to, I will. If I have to, I will. He need to go to the combine and show that he's competent. He should, and he needs to get the draft capital. But if he get those badges, he's my wide receiver 1. Drop him in the city. Like, that's how confident I'm about. That's how confident I am about Trey Harris. Drop him in any situation, he fine. That's how confident I am about Trey Harris. He already earned some of my higher tier badges for wide receiver. He earned the work gloves badge. Person to get that last year, they had a couple people get that badge last year. But I only give it out to one person per year. One person per college season. And Marvin Harrison Jr. earned that badge in 2022. So he had it in last year's class. And the other person that earned that badge was Ladd McConkey. So, just letting you know. That is a badge that he earned. He also earned the must-see TV badge. That is also a badge I give out once per college season, and he earned that badge. So he also earned the steady progress badge. He has a chance to earn the wide receiver 1 potential badge. He has a slim chance of earning the superstar playmaker badge. I'm just, hey, if he earned one of those badges, we good to go. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know I am high on Trey Harris, and I've been blowing that horn for a while. Now I'm seeing other content creators jumping on board, which is cool, which is all good because I'm a smaller channel, so I won't get the credit. But it is all good. But when you get on Twitter and you searching tweets of content creators, you will see I'm one of the first. Next up, we got Isaiah Bond. And Isaiah Bond is probably going to be the fastest wide receiver in this draft. He's running in the 4.3s. So just know he's set up for that. As far as the player, He's straight. He's straight as a player. Played a good amount of slot at Alabama and more wide out. More and played more wide out this year. Had a higher A dot than Golden because when I look at his profile, it's set up like a deep threat. You know, usually them fast guys be a deep threat. But if he can be moved all over the field, he gonna be dangerous. He is under 3 yards per route run. Like he is just a little bit over 2. I'm not a fan of that. So this guy, it may be about which offense he goes to also. It might be like he didn't earn any crazy predictive badges. He only put up 500 yards. The most he put up was 545. So 545 last season, 510 this season. So I don't know about Isaiah Bond. Don't think I'm high on him. I think it's about going to the right offense with him. The right offense coordinator. All right, we come to another polarizing player for me. Going in the second round of the NFL draft, Ilick Anamaner. So I didn't heard his name pronounced multiple ways. I didn't heard Ilick Anamaner. Hey, whatever. Whatever. So I didn't talk about him on other shows, and this is a guy that people are passionate about. And I didn't had these guys last year who I got into it with people about, that people were super passionate about, because it's always these contested catchers people are super passionate about. So last year it was A.D. Mitchell. That's who it was last year that people just was on, and you see he didn't do anything. So he's this year A.D. Mitchell for me. And I'm not saying A.D. Mitchell is never going to do anything. I'm just saying he didn't do nothing last season. So if you really like him, you can go buy him now for cheaper than what he was. But by the time the rookie drafts happened, the dynasty rookie drafts, he wasn't. I didn't hear the chirps I heard before. So I don't know if people was disappointed by his draft capital or disappointed by his landing spots, but I ain't hear the chirps I heard when before the NFL draft. But he gives me the same vibes. Contested catcher, under 3 yards per route run. So kind of a little high on the on target passes dropped, but I like this film. I'm not saying I don't like this film. You're gonna like contested catcher film. It just is what it is. We love players getting mossed, so it is what it is. You're gonna like that. But this reminds me of A.D. Mitchell. So this is a player I will not own. The fantasy community will be higher on him than me. And he's like in the top 5 of a lot of my peers. He's in the top 5 for a lot of my peers. I see a lot of content creators keep mentioning him. Next, going in the top of the 3rd round, projected top of the 3rd round in the NFL draft, Xavier Restrepo. I see his name, but I don't really see people talking about Restrepo much. Um, he have a chance to earn the wide receiver one badge. We'll see. We will see. But he was almost strictly in the slot, so he's definitely a slot receiver. Under 3 yards route ran, going to the Senior Bowl. So we'll see if you make noise out in the Senior Bowl. I'm not going this year. I'll get the information from my peers this year and see how that go. Tired of going out there in the cold weather. just to look at these guys practice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to deal with snow out here in Houston, so I don't want to go out, we stuck outside in some cold weather in Alabama. All right, we got a few more guys that's in the top 100. Next, this another one of my guys. If you go search on Twitter, and you looking for one of the first content creators that's mentioning this guy, it's gonna be me. I am a fan of Jaden Higgins. Problem is, if he's drafted in the 3rd round, he's not gonna earn the badges that I have set up for him. He's not gonna earn the badges I have set up for him. But if some kind of way he was drafted in the 2nd round, got the predicted badges that I got set up for him, he would be in my top 5. That's how much I like him. Like, the badges he set up for is crazy. If y'all like Animana, I don't see why would y'all like Higgins. Make it make sense to me. Give you the contested catches and he able to get open. Make it make sense to me why y'all don't like him. Now, I don't know how fast his 40 gonna be. That's gonna be the issue. Maybe that's it. He's not as fast as y'all like him to be. Maybe that's gonna be the issue. But going back to Animator, because I didn't address this. Every time I hear a person bring up his name, they talk about the one game he had against Travis Hunter. Let me ask y'all, if this man could have bad games, and he had a lot of them, can Travis Hunter not have bad games? Maybe he caught Travis Hunter on his worst day. I'm just saying. I would not let that be my measuring cup that he had one good game on Travis Hunter. Like, I would not let that be my measuring cup. Nah, that's not going to do it. I need you to produce a whole season and that not be the excuse. Like, this quarterback was the excuse, this offense was the excuse. Is when you start giving a bunch of excuses for a player, but only focus on the good. You only focuses on the good. Got that tunnel view on what you want to see and dismissing all the other stuff. That's a red flag. Red flag. So, in Higgins' notes, I put, can he separate? Probably can't. Probably a vertical separator. So, since he's a good contested catcher, he's probably vertically separates. So you're not gonna get the separation. So that means he's probably not fast. I mean, hey man, give me a 4 or 5 something, please. Just give me a 4 or 5 something, like, and that's fine. Nobody else have to draft you, but I will. I think if he goes in the top of the 3rd, end of the 2nd, I think people will jump on board, hyping him up. I think we'll see, but hey, this is one of my guys, so we'll see where that goes. All right, next we got Savion Williams, and some people like him. This is not one of my guys. This is one of them A.D. Mitchell clones that y'all like. Well, I ain't gonna lie, not quite. Because this guy ADOT dropped each season. Like it dropped each season. Like I put in my notes, limited route tree, manufactured touches. He's under 3 yards per route run. Over 10%, 10% on target passes drop. That's a huge red flag. So this guy got some work to do. He did earn the steady progress badge, but A.D. Mitchell also earned that. So he has the capability to continue to get better. So we'll see. But I understand. You got these tall contested catches that can get yacked. Hey man, guys love them. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of him. There's another guy I need to go to an office of mine I trust. And he needs to get at least second round draft capital for me to touch him. Going in the third, y'all can have him. He's not a my guy. All right, next we have Jalen Royals. A lot of people like Jalen Royals. I didn't heard a lot of people mention his name. I like this film. So I'm probably gonna have to look at his film again because what is separation like? I know he can separate. Maybe I didn't see it on film. I'm gonna have to go look at more film because he got over 3 yards per route run, so I know he can separate. And he should be athletic. This is definitely one of them sleeper guys that you probably can get later in the draft, and he works out well for you. So I definitely give Royals the stamp of approval. This is another one of my guys. I don't know how well he go, and this is the line right here because you got Kyron Lacey going at the 101, which is the beginning of the 4th round, and he is dealing with some serious issues. Hit and run homicide. Yeah. It's looking like his career is probably over. He better lawyer. Get him a hell of a lawyer, and somebody better take the charge for him to get survive that case. Tej Johnson. Mr. Cortez Johnson did earn my must-see TV badge in 2022, so we'll see how that works out. He has a chance to earn the wide receiver 1 badge, not if you're drafted in the 3rd round. So that look like that's going to be out of there. People is comparing him to Tank Dell because of his size. He's very skinny, 5'10", 165. Tank Dell is 5'8", 165. So Tank Dell is actually bigger than him. He's just taller. Interesting. So that's the deal with him. But this past season, he did under 3 yards per route run. But the prior 2 seasons was over 3 yards per route run. So, hey man, that's why. Yeah, it's probably the closest thing to Tank Dell. He need to go to the Senior Bowl, get his name out there and kill. So we'll see how that go. He need to go to the Senior Bowl and get busy. That's what he need to do. I don't see no reason why he can't do it. So I like this film. I liked him. I'm a fan of him. So he's one of my guys. And that's all. That's all the wide receivers we got going in the first 3 rounds. Let's see. Is there anybody I really like that got left out? I only see one person. One person I really like. Look like he's going lower than he should be. And this may be 130, projected 130 slot. That's like the 5th round. Like the 5th round, bro. This might be the Puka Nakua or the Jalen Coker of this class. I like his profile. I like his profile. So we'll see. We will definitely see. He set up to earn the Alpha badge and Alpha wide receiver badge and the wide receiver 1 badge. So, but he would need to get the draft capital to get the wide receiver 1 badge, and this looks like that's not gonna happen. So that'll be a dormant badge for him. So, yep, that if there was a late round sleeper, it's looking like it's gonna be Ricky White. Now I do like Jalen Noel. He was down there getting drafted. Played mostly in the slot. He right next to him. I think another good player, another late round sleeper. And here's you guys, like anybody that follow college, like y'all, whenever wide receiver ranking video come out, where's Nick Nash? Where is Nick Nash? Nick Nash went crazy as far in college. He was a league winner. If you played college fantasy football, league winner. He ended up getting the triple crown, just like what Chase did in the NFL. This is what he did in college, but he did it at San Jose State, and that's not gonna work for me. So Nick Nash is way down on the rankings for me. I did like his film, but didn't earn many badges. You know, the Alpha wide receiver badge, steady progress badge, but yeah, I like this film, but it's because contested catcher. I saw him get open in pockets, but I wasn't seeing the type of separation I like. I just don't know about this player. So if he's going that late around, I already know I won't own any Nick Nash. It's not gonna happen. Everyone is gonna be higher. It's always gonna be someone higher on him than I am. Plus, I mean, if you're not getting drafted in the 1st or 2nd round, probably not touching you as a wide receiver anyway. So usually I draft the wide receivers I like in the 1st and 2nd rounds, and after that, I'll take shots on the running backs. I'll just take shots on the running back. So there you have it. We hit the wide. So we didn't hit the quarterbacks. We didn't hit the running backs. We hit the wide receivers. Should I make a video on the tight ends? I mean, I don't think people care about the tight ends that much, but I will. Why not? I'll do a video on the tight ends. I think I got all the profiles done for the tight ends. Definitely not all the tight ends, but the ones up top. Looks like I need to update my profile for Gunnar Helm. So I'll make sure I handle that, and so we can go ahead and do that. Next week we should be getting the Senior Bowl information. We should be hearing from content creators what's going on at the Senior Bowl and who's blazing it with the one-on-ones, and So Shrine Bowl, Senior Bowl, both of that's happening, and that'll be more information for us to get. Until next time, peace. Like, subscribe, comment if you disagree. I don't mind hearing your comments, whether you agree or disagree. I don't ever mind responding to comments. I don't ever mind having a conversation. We said, iron sharpens iron. It just be a difference of opinion. If you like somebody, if you love somebody, I understand. I just need you to come back. Come back in a year where after the season over and be like, I was right or I was wrong. Because I'll come back and find you. I'll come back and find you. It'll be like, hey man, wasn't you high on this player? You know, when I do that though, people get mad. People be like, oh man, that was like a year. That was you coming back at the end of, yeah, I'm coming back. Coming, what? What's the problem? You can't huff and puff or what could have been, because y'all be huffing and puffing at the beginning of the season because you know you're excited about this prospect, and when this prospect fail, you don't want to hear about it. Now you don't want me to say nothing about it. Because I've been pretty accurate the last couple years. Once I get all the information, like right now, I'm shooting from the hip. I'm gonna miss. I understand that. I'm shooting from the hip. But once the combine happens, once the NFL draft happens, I am super accurate after that. I'm pretty accurate. I'm like 90% accurate when it comes to the rookies. Now, you know, not all going to produce. Like I was very high on Marvin Harrison, and I'm still high on. Like I don't let one season deter me. Like he's one of the highest wide receiver prospects I graded, so I'm going to draft him every year. I'm going to continue to draft him until he hits. Like it's just some players I'm going to do that every time with. If I believe in him that much and he's one of them players, I'm going to draft him every year. If the price on him going to discount, I'm going to go buy him. So it just is what it is. Anybody else I was wrong on? I should have been high on Neighbors. I mean, I thought he was the number 2 receiver when I should have been saying he's the 1A and 1B to Harrison. So I should have been higher on Neighbors. That's my bad right there. So and I should have been higher on Lad McConkey because I wasn't sure if he was going to earn the work glove badge that I had. And I had it in parentheses that he's a test subject. Should I switch it to percentage? He's a test subject that if he hit, that I would switch the target to percentage and not a certain amount. So that made me switch it to the percentage, and which allowed him to earn. I'm starting to get into geeky behind the scenes predictive badge and stuff. So let me get out of here. Peace.